Hi everyone. Today I will going to teach you about Phytophthora. Phytophthora is belongs to personal cells. It is a follicative parasite. Serious diseases in higher plants can be caused like white rust, downy mildew, late blight, fruit rot, damping cough, and seedling blight. And if we talk of mycelium, so, mycelium is like well branched, aseptate, and sinusotic and rhizoid like Haustoria. When we talk of higher fungi, then uh, mycelium is generally branched but septate like. But in these type of fungi, it's lower fungi, the mycelium is aseptate, and sinusotic means multinucleate condition will be found. The members will reproduce asexually by zoospores or conidia. The conidia will be kidney shaped and monoplantic, and the flagella will be placed laterally. At the lateral position, the flagella will be placed. The sexual reproduction is oogamous type. The antheridium is club shaped, edges usually just below the ogonium. The ogonium will be on the upper side and the antheridium will be on the lower side. So when we talk of antheridium and ogonium positions, we need to be very clear. Then how about the its reproduction? The plasmogamy will take place by gametangial contact. So how the gametangial contact occur, we will talk later. Now phytophthora. Phytophthora means mycelium is branch, aseptate, and sinusotic. The condition is same in this because it's family. So now the condition is same. We will take the mycelium, it will be branch, but it will be aseptate. The no septa will be formed. The septa will be formed only when the sexual reproduction will take place, or will any spores or asexual, even the asexual reproduction takes place, only then only the septa will be formed. The intracellular mycelium has hostoria. The intercellular mycelium has hostoria. Through these hostoria, it will absorb the food for its nutrition. So hostoria is for nutrition purpose. Then asexual reproduction take place by zoospores, which is produced in conidiosporium. Conidiophores or conidiophores are usually undifferentiated by mycelium. Sexual reproduction is oogamous, and oogamous, when it's we talking about oogamous, oogonium, then the oogonial periplasm is absent or thin layer. When we're talking about oogamous, then the ओगोनियन पेरिप्लास जो है वो बिल्कुल बाहर की तरफ आपको एक पतला सा दिखाई देगा, है ना. Then we are talking of main plant, that is Phytophthora. What is Phytophthora is all about? It's a parasitic plant. Now we'll talk of symptoms. Symptoms are visualized observations on host parts like leaves, petioles, stem, and tumors. In early stages, symptoms develop at tips or margins of old leaves. On ventral surface of leaf, white cottony structures are developed due to growth of conidiophores. Mycelium infect tumors and it turns into a skin brown. If the conditions are humid and tumors are soft and dark brown, these symptoms is known as wet rot disease. Now the symptoms is will be caused when the humid conditions are developed in the environment. So a soft and dark brown structure will be developed. If the conditions are dry in the environment, dry rot will be caused, and the conditions are rot and the interior part becomes black. Now we have talked about the visual. visual symptoms. Now the vegetative structure, how its mycelium is growing. The mycelium is hyaline, branch, aseptic and cenocytic. Now the symptoms are, we can visualize. Now the how we will identify the fungus. The fungus, when we will see in the microscope, it will be a branched mycelium, and the cenocytic and the aseptic conditions will be seen. Septa are only formed on older part of mycelium, and the hyphae are intracellular, but they are intercellular. Cytoplasm of Hosterium contain ribosome, mitochondria, ribosomes, ER and nuclei. Now, reproduction, asexual reproduction. Zoospores are formed in Conidiosporium. कोनिडियोस्पोरियम के अंदर जो है वो, या जूस्पोरेंजियम के अंदर जो है जूस्पोर्स फॉर्म होने हैं. तो व्हाट इज जूस्पोर्स? जूस्पोर इज a flagellated structure which help in asexual reproduction. And how it's formed? It formed at a particular temperature. The temperature will be around 20 to 22 degrees Celsius, and the relative humidity will be around 100%. So it will be in the areas where the temperature are cooler. Under the favorable condition, the hyphal branches formed intracellular marches. A mycelium will be emerge out through stomata. Now the mycelium, how will the mycelium will come out? It will come out to stomata, and these sporangium, when will come out of the sporangia, the sporangium are formed. The sporangium are formed. The sporangium are formed, and the zoosporangia is formed. Now in this zoosporangium, small zoospores will be formed, and at the 15 degrees Celsius temperature, we can say at the lower temperature and humid conditions, zoospores are formed. If the conditions are dry, then what will happen? In these asexual condition, zoospore will not form. Now conidium will form, a spatial structure which is called conodium, in which the flagella are not present. This structure will be formed at higher temperature, 20 to 23 degrees Celsius, and in dry condition. Now this structure, how it is happening. Now you can see, all the students can see this is an host structure, this is a leaf part, or these in this, like this is the plant part, and this sporangium is coming out, and this is a sporangia. This is sporangia is coming out, and this sporangia is having an multinucleate condition. You can see this is multinucleate condition. So papilla is formed at the apical stage. Now in this structure, zoospores are forming. These multinucleate conditions are now developing in a septa condition. यहाँ सेप्टा बना है, यहाँ पे सेप्टा बनेगा. यहाँ पे जैसे ये स्ट्रक्चर बन रहा है, यहाँ पर एक सेप्टा फॉर्म होंगे, और ये जो स्पोरेंजियम बनेंगे. इस स्पोरेंजियम में एक एपिकल पैपिला है. यू कैन सी दिस एपिकल पैपिला. नाउ दिस एपिकल पैपिलास आर ग्रोन अपवर्ड एंड multinucleate conditions form inside. Now this multinucleate condition, the zoospores are formed. These zoospores are formed, and now in this zoospores are forming. You can understand, zoospores are forming. small यहाँ से जो है ये ऐसे स्ट्रक्चर ऐसे सेपरेट हो जाएगा, और ये जो है अलग से एक स्ट्रक्चर बन जाएगा, उसमें फ्लैजुला डेवलप हो जाएंगे. नाउ द flagellated conditions are formed. Now what we are now talk about sexual reproduction. It is oogamous time. Oogamous time, this is a male reproduction and the female reproduction system are formed. एंथ्रीडियम जो है वो क्लब शेप्ड है. 8 to 12 न्यूक्लियाई फॉर्म्ड है. ओनली वन इज फंक्शनल, अदर आर डिजेनरेट. So only one will be functional. In oogonium, the mature oogonium are formed peripheral periplasmic form and the central ooplasmic form. Periplasm, the all the in the periplasm, in the central periplasm, all the nuclei are degenerated and the single egg nucleus is present. Mature oogonium is uninucleate and it converts into an structure which is known as egg. Now this antheridium and this is an oogonium, right? These both structures are there, and in this the gametangial contact is occurring. We have studied in the first stage that in these two structure and gametangial contact is occurring, and this gametangial contact, a tube is formed, fertilization tube, and the male gametes are transferred to the female structure, this is oogonium, and a structure is formed, this is oospore, in which the zygote is formed. Now this oospore will again germinate and will form and structure zoospores, and zoospores like structure will again participate in the life cycle. We can see that this is a male nuclei, this is a egg, this will convert into a structure, this is a oospore, this will form germ tube, this will form sporangium. Each nucleus will metastasize into a kidney shaped biflagellate zoospores. So now how these zoospores will again enter into the life cycle we studied. Now what is all about this life cycle? The antheridium are forming, oogonium are forming, male nucleus and eggs are forming, these fertilize, this form an oospore, it will come into an zoospore structure. That we all know that it's a male gamete and female gametes are haploid structure. Now it will form an diploid structure. The oospore is a diploid structure. It will have to undergo an process or an meiosis through which it can form zoospores. So it will undergo meiosis and the zoospores will be formed, and that through zoospores the phytophthora will be formed. Now when we say that the phytophthora is forming, the phytophthora is going into zoospores, and zoospores are formed through asexual reproduction, right? Now how will the conidium will be formed? It will form at higher temperature. So we need to know when these structures are formed. It's all about its life cycle, right? It's all about its diseases, stages, and we can say how this fungus look like. It's not all about the life cycle of a disease, it's all about the phytophthora life cycle. So it's an haplontic type of a life cycle. So I will next I will be taking up late blight of potato, in which we will talk about this disease, राइट जो अपन जो डिजीज़ ये कॉज करता है वो मैं बताऊंगी आपको नेक्स्ट पीपीटी में. नेक्स्ट में जो अपना वीडियो लूँगी वो मैं लेट ब्लाइट ऑफ पोटैटो पे लूँगी, जिससे अपन लोग जो है इस डिजीज़ को भी अच्छे से कवर अप करेंगे साथ में. ठीक है, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. आई होप यू विल हैव लाइक द वीडियो, एंड I think you will more and more will be interesting in subscribing my channel. So please get into the touch and share this video with your friends and all your colleagues and all. So thank you for today. Thank you all.